Welcome back, survivors. I'm SurvivalVis, and we return to Parkasaurus, where we are on to our second little campaign map in Parkasaurus version 0.7. So we've got some money coming in still, but these guys are basically good. The only thing I think I need is another stegosaur, and maybe another triceratops. The stegosaur is pretty close, but still seems a little more. So let me go and do a little bit of digging. We'll start with the stegosaur. Oh, no, I guess we're stuck with ceratopsian for right now. But we'll also start working on the Brachiosaurus exhibit, which we'll probably put right over here if we can. Got a little bit of food, so I might actually have to increase this by a little bit. We'll do 20 bits of plant per delivery, just so that way we don't ever actually run out in a day. And we have a Kentrosaurus and a Brachiosaurus, and I don't know what each needs. It'd be kind of nice if they use the same biome they live in, but I don't know if we'd get that lucky. I feel like that might be a little bit too much to ask for. Oh, so there must be just kind of junk or something down there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so got this nice big area to be able to work from. Oh, now everything's stuck down here. Come on, I know there's something stuck in this hole. There we go. Okay, there's that done. So we'll let this day roll over and then see what we can do to begin on the other exhibit. We'll probably put it using this area right here. So that way we can use the donation boxes from both exhibits pretty much like that. So we don't have to worry about putting more of those down. There's that done. And dinosaurs, yeah, so it's 3 triceratops and 4 stegosaurs at the moment. So we'll start a new day. And maybe do something like that. To there, to there, to there. To there, to there, and then to there. Put in a couple of those. Get our delivery of the plants. Okay, and you enjoy a prairie biome. So for prairie, we need a lot of ruggedness and a lot of water. So probably start with the water. And now we just need to bring up some of the terrain in the back a bit. I usually like putting the mountain ranges almost to the back, like little hills to climb, just for whatever reason. Oh, and that's all done, although I don't think we'll handle that yet. So now let's look at getting you some proper biodiversity. Oh, and actually food. That should be one of our first things we make sure we give you. So there's that. Nope. Okay, well, we just have enough hearts to be able to get the sand trees, so that's good. Probably should have checked on that before I brought them in. Yeah, I guess we'll put elms in for the prairie trees. I do feel like the biodiversity, though, needs a lot more than you really expect for an exhibit, though. Like, Like, all that was just to... Ooh, actually, I should also put in some privacy tile, although I think... we can put in a bit, but that's about all. And the exhibit is going to improve over time. Can't really do more right now, but we'll keep our little checklist open. Because hopefully we'll see a few more donations come in for... That's about all I can do at the moment, though. So, we'll just kind of let this go along and slowly run through. Is there anything else I want to talk about while we're letting things wind down? Let me see. Well, I guess maybe I will use this video to talk about Kappa. Or the entire mess that it is. Like, there's been a few videos where I've talked about it in minor detail about how my take on it, but also if you watch or read any YouTube comments, you kind of get a little confused about what it exactly entails. So my kind of way to start on what Kappa kind of has in store or is involved with is to, instead of getting into this grand mess, it's best to go back into the very beginning of it. So Kappa stands for the Child Online Protection... Oh no, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which was basically a way so that way if you were under or classified as a child, because that's actually a vague legal term at the moment, if you're classified as a child, you couldn't have your data collected, such as your personal information like name, birthday, etc., or other stuff like your address, or just ways that basically identify that you are a child. It was to prevent children from being able to be exploited while they're online using the internet. And that was made by the FTC in order to protect them and stop them from being exploited by, say, advertisers and stuff like that. And that continued well and good, pretty fine. There were age gates, stuff like that you would find on other websites to prevent that from happening. But then YouTube did something kind of stupid with itself. No, I can't do anything to that front there. YouTube started to get a little too big for its britches when it was talking to advertisers and companies trying to market themselves, and said, we have a huge demographic of kids on our channel, you'll have your ads and products being seen by so many and like that. And that got activist group rightfully to say, how do you specifically know these are children under age and under Kappa's protection are using your site when you're not adhering to it? So the FTC came onto YouTube about them like that because you were collecting the data to know that it was children watching, and you were using that as a selling point to advertisers that you could market on that channel or on that website. Where the mess comes in is how YouTube seems to have handled the resulting aftermath of that so poorly, because they kind of put it entirely on... I almost want to say they exploited the FTC a little bit, because it seems like the FTC doesn't fully understand how little control they actually seem to have on their channel. Like, if I were to go onto my YouTube channel page and go into analytics, I have no option of turning off and not asking for information about what ages are viewing my videos and what gender they are or anything like that. Ooh, we're actually down to the red right now, but we'll have money offset that. But yeah, I have no control over being able to change that. And I have no control over... At least I don't think I have any control over if I ever do get to the point where oh, there we go. If I could ever accept kind of like advertising on the channel, which I actually don't want to ever let ads be on the channel because of how YouTube has been so poor with handling so many things. But I don't have a choice in a lot of stuff on the channel, and I think YouTube used that to exploit things a little bit, so that way they were a little lesser off in the punishment they received. We'll actually get those right now, just to boost that up. So what are the next ones? Stegosaur donations, and oh, that'll be pretty easy, actually. Stegosaurs we have over here already. But, damn it, I got lost there. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Is that So YouTube seemed to kind of play off about, well, it's not actually on us because we just host the content. The creators are the one who put it up. So the FTC said, okay, well, we're going to put these rules in that for advertisers and ad videos that have advertisers kind of attached to them, basically your partner program, etc., however it's called. What was that? Oh, we got our money up already, and we'll actually cruise through Ben 2's objective. We might even finish all 3 in just this second episode. Wow. So basically said, okay, for people who are going to accept advertisers on their videos, these are going to be new criteria we'll put into place for it. But they didn't actually seem to explicitly state it's only for videos that are allowing advertisements on them. So that's, I think, where one of the big messes comes in. Is, oh, doing a great job, keep it up. Oh yeah, this stuff is going to be pretty easy to hit, no problem. There's already the first objective met, the second one will take time, and same with the last one there. Actually, can I get the... Oh yeah, I could get the presentation thing, I just don't have money for it, so... So that's kind of where a lot of the mess came from. Another one was that people didn't get a clear statement as to, A, what the difference is between child-targeted and family-friendly, and also how the consequences and things would kind of come into play. I do, and I still will say, I feel like YouTube exploited the FTC's unawareness in a way, because it felt like the content creators got thrown more under the bus than YouTube really wanted to change how their business model is operating. It could have been something as simple as saying, there's an age gate now if you ever go to youtube.com's homepage, or that whenever you start to access YouTube, you have a disclaimer that says you are consenting that you are at least this old and that you will have some data collection involved whatsoever. Like that, I think, would have been the simplest way for YouTube to be able to blow off so much and fix a lot of the issues there. But they didn't want to do that. They want to try to keep it transparent and hide that they are collecting a little bit of data through the videos that you tend to watch and view, stuff like that, in a way. There's that there. We can start improving the biodiversity here again. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. I need sandbush, so I need to go this way. And then we'll need to get that as our next one, but actually, do we have... Can we even put rocks down in the exhibit? I didn't check that. I should have done some of this. Okay, we can put the rocks at least. Because if we can at least improve those 2 things, then we should have... There we go. Unfortunately, I can't really get any more animals for the Brachiosaurus, so she's going to be on her own. And I don't... Actually, I could get one more Triceratops, but I don't think I overly need. I think it's mostly just going to be let time wind down. Oh, I do know what I could get, though. That's one thing I wanted to get. And actually, we'll probably do a couple of things. Oh, no. There we go. Can I mess that up a little bit? Okay, that can go there. And we'll put this right here. And we'll put in something for a meal, too. There we go. A little bit like that. Some more amenities, like a garbage can. Actually, maybe a few of them. And we'll just get a few benches down. There we go, that should be... Oh, and outhouses, that's right. We need something like that, too. Okay, so there are a good few small amenities taken care of. I do need to get another scientist. Is this channel going to be affected at all by COPPA? Well, if you have watched any of my videos, you've probably seen the disclaimer screen at the very start, and I have dialed that back a little bit. So that's hopefully as far as COPPA is going to affect the channel. I've never been targeted for children, and I'm never going to target children. Honestly, I dislike children, so that's something you can be sure that videos are all intended for, I say, at least 14 and over, or I think I have, is because, that's another thing, is that the legal definition of a kid, it actually is very vague. It seems like by the United States, where the FTC is basically operating from and all this is in place by, I think it was 13 and younger is considered a kid. So that is a very vast age range to go from 0 to 13 and covers a lot of different content. So I can see why a lot of people got nervous and afraid, especially once the most impactful $42,000 fine was sort of brought up. That to me felt more like a scare tactic to get people to do what they wanted. We honestly now just have to wait and let everything go up. Because we've got dinosaurs in the park, I am kind of curious. What does our Kentrosaur need? You like tundra, yeah. So probably not going to be able to do anything with that, but we'll tranquilize them and just put them into inventory again, or rest. Just because there's not really much I can do for making a tundra for it. Oh, right here, eh? There we go. Yeah, I would have liked to have her out somewhere, but there's just nowhere to really warrant being able to have the space. Like, there's this giant one, but I don't think I have anything unlocked, really, to help with making a tundra exhibit. So, donations are still rolling in. No, I suppose I could put down this little thing right here as another thing. And I guess I should put down a few lights, just so that way it's... There we go, a few things around there. Just a nice little park, much bigger improvement from what we started with. And is there anything else I want to talk about with COPPA now that we're on this subject? I don't really think so. I think that's covered most of it. I do feel YouTube has done a lot of questionable stuff in the most recent times. There's the adpocalypse. It just seems like YouTube does not want to change how it operates, or it wants to keep itself to its own business model rather than trying to work with one of its biggest draws, which are the people who create videos and put them onto YouTube. I do feel like if competition came and they had more interaction with their creators and advertisers and created a system where it was much more transparent and you could sort of see the lines much more clearly, they would probably they would suffer greatly. Because one of the things that YouTube has not really done is listen that well to its content creators and the people who are giving it the content to be able to put up. Now, of course, there's going to be things where it's like official, say, network channels, like, say something like maybe HBO or Nickelodeon or random stuff apart, between, etc. will put stuff on there, but those aren't the things that draw the most views, I don't think. It's more just the random user who puts up random videos such as tutorials or guides or even Let's Plays like this that get views, so I do think there has to be a little bit of humbling for YouTube to remember that as much as they are out there and doing stuff, and oh man, everything is super expensive for science now. I should have saved unlocking those till earlier. So that'll probably take a few episodes on its own there, but YouTube has to connect properly again with its content creator base. Like, one of the things that irked me was how they forced on the YouTube Studio beta stuff. Comparing the Classic to the beta, the Classics felt much more I wouldn't say streamlined, because I think that's the issue with beta. But Studio Classic, if you needed to try to find something, you had big headings that you were able to narrow down exactly within a few seconds. And one of the funniest things, too, is if you are using Studio Beta, if you want to put an end screen on a video, they actually have to redirect you into a new tab that has Studio Classic as being your way of editing and putting that in. You tried to fix what wasn't broken instead of just working on slowly improving what was already there. You don't have to continually and constantly innovate as long as the current version is doing just fine and working great. I think that's where Windows also had its own problems. Like, anybody remember the horrible mess that was Windows 8? It got brushed over pretty quickly once Windows 10 was made, wasn't it? That's why they tried to innovate in a stupid way, just trying to improve instead of just focusing on what worked and improving and building onto it. So, I don't know if it's a desire to stay competitive, but if you have your niche that is giving you steady and... Okay, there we go, everything froze up for a moment. If you have your niche that is meeting a certain demand and giving you steady, sustained profit and growth, I would just say, just keep doing what you're doing, and only when that starts dipping, look at why it's dipping. Is it because something is suddenly not working? Is it because something changed for the worse, etc. like that? You don't have to be this explosive growth always trying to get the next step up. If you do that, you're basically going to break yourselves. We'll do that to finish that off. And that is basically just leaves our science objectives to be met. So, we'll put down... Oh, sure, we'll give the Brachiosaurus some cacti. Dot these all around here, even though I think they're... Actually, they need a lot of water, surprisingly, for cacti. Anything that doesn't? Well, that's really weird. I'm surprised that all the kind of desert plants need so much water. I thought they would use less. Or maybe it's just the template right now, and that'll get refined in time. Hard to say. Oh, there's everything happy and good. Yeah, she's doing pretty good. All that's going up. But I don't think I have anything really to help her out with a shelter, because she's going to be a very big one when she grows up. So fortunately, that's as far as I can get her up. Basically, are just stuck waiting on the science stuff to finish now. And that will probably take quite some time to do. But that, I think, ends off an episode and some ranting for now. I am probably going to go enjoy a bit of lunch, let my throat rest, and then I still have 2 to 4 more episodes or videos to record today. Because of the holidays coming up, it is still the 18th I'm recording this on. There is probably going to be a lot of stuff to make sure is in order, so that way, even through Christmas, you guys are able to enjoy a video per day if you so choose, or you have the free time to watch. Thank you all for listening to my rambling and my little takes on Kappa. I know it's a little bit of maybe dry listening to, but it's still something I want to talk to you guys, let you know, maybe try to clear up a little bit of the confusion with it. There's just a lot of stuff to take into consideration with it. And it still has a lot to be seen and kind of figured out how it goes along. But I'll leave this episode here. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next. Please remember, as always, survivors, to take care and stay alive.